Hey, we're back to read more of Sex is a Funny Word by Corey Silverberg and Fiona Smith. And please find that link in the description below to buy yourself and a friend a copy of this book.
Oh, Sunday, I cannot be blue. Oh, Sunday, I cannot be blue. Like it seems plain as plain a while. Oh, shall I be blue?
Today we are reading the chapter Touch. Hey Cooper, do you want to touch my hair? Why, is there something gross in it? Zai, would you like to try out my new invention? Touch without touching. Very cool, Omar. Very cool. Magic touch. Slow down, Annie. You slow down, Coops. Oops. Ah. Are you okay, Annie? Let me see if it's bad. No, don't touch it. Okay, well, how about I carry you home? We need to clean that up. Yep. Some people say touch is magic. Touching someone can change the way they feel. Touch can make a hard day a bit easier, a gloomy day a bit brighter, or a lonely day a little less lonely. Some touch can feel like helping. Touch can help someone feel good, help them get something done they couldn't do on their own, or help them notice something new in the world. Some touch can feel like hurting. Touch can turn someone from happy to sad. It can make them feel upset or angry. These are touches that make these people feel good, and these are touches that make these people feel bad. Everyone feels touch differently. A touch that makes you feel good might make someone else feel bad. The same touch might be welcome one day and unwelcome the next. One way to show respect and build trust is to ask before you touch someone. Once you know each other, you probably won't ask every time, but with a new person, asking is one way of making your touch help and not hurt. Hey, would you like a hug? Can you think of a time when you touched someone and it helped? What about a time you touched someone and it hurt? When is touching okay and not okay? Being touched. Come on, Annie. Take my hand across the street. Nah, I'm big now. I can walk by myself. Well, can you help me out? I'm kind of nervous. Okay, Coops. I can help you cross. We all feel touched differently. Only you know what you feel like when you are being touched. Everyone has times when they want to be touched and other times when they do not want to be touched. And everyone has times when they change their minds. Maybe you wanted a hug at first, but then don't feel like a hug. It's okay to say that you don't want one. Maybe you didn't want a hug at first, but then want one after all. It's okay to ask for one. There are times when someone might have to touch you even if you don't want them to. Those are helping touches, but they might feel like they hurt. Whenever anyone touches you and it feels like a hurting touch, it's okay to tell them. It's also nice to tell people if they are giving you a helping touch and it makes you feel good. Thanks, Mom. Are there ways people touch you that you don't like? What are some of the ways you like to be touched? This baby says, "Don't touch me!" This person says, "Stop!" and grabs them from getting hit by that bus. Ouch, this touch really hurts. It's a pokey shot. And oh, I broke my knee and this touch really hurts. This touch feels nice eating popcorn with my family. And this touch feels nice, Mom taking care of my hair. Thanks, Mom. Oh, this touch is nice too, going for a ride on parents' back. Happy birthday, Omar. Touching other people. Omar, kiss your auntie hello. She traveled a long way to see you. Smack. Hello, auntie. Look, all your aunties are here now. Eek, more aunties. Arrivals. This person's just coming in. Look at those arms swinging for a hug. In some families and communities, hugging and kissing is a way of saying hello, showing respect, or showing love. A parent or family member may expect you to give them or someone else a hug or a kiss. They may ask you to do this even if you don't want to. Anytime you are not comfortable touching someone or having someone touch you, you can always try to talk about it. High five! If you don't feel like hugging or kissing or even shaking hands, there are lots of other ways to show respect or let someone know you care, like giving flowers or saying, "Hiya!" Are there people in your life you don't feel comfortable hugging, kissing, or touching? What could you do instead? Do you remember a time when you were expected to touch someone but didn't want to? Touching yourself. In the bath. Ooh, ha! Brushing teeth, hugging, scratching, tickling, and just feeling. Touching isn't just something we do with other people. We also touch ourselves. We touch ourselves all the time in all kinds of places for all kinds of reasons. Touching yourself is one way to learn about yourself, your body, and your feelings. You may have discovered that touching some parts of your body, especially the middle parts, can make you feel warm and tingly. Grown-ups call this kind of touch masturbation. Masturbation is when we touch ourselves, usually our middle parts, to get that warm and tingly feeling. This is Bodyland. This is Billy's Biodome and Suhara's Biodome. Every family and community has its own ideas about masturbation. When you were younger, you may have discovered that it felt good to touch yourself. You may have done this even when you weren't alone. As you get older, grown-ups expect that if you want to touch yourself to feel good, especially your middle parts, you'll do it when you are in a private place. You may find that you want some privacy too. Have you heard other people use the word masturbation or talk about touching themselves to feel good? Do you know if there are rules in your family about touching yourself? If there are rules, do they make sense to you? In Sahara's Biodome, there's Smart Zone, Tickle Country, Sore Valley, and Sensitive Island. Secret touching. There's another kind of touching that is important to talk about. It is different from all the other kinds of touching in this book. Some people call it secret touching. It's called secret touching because no matter where someone touches you or where you touch them, they make you keep it a secret. They want to keep it a secret because they know that what they are doing is wrong, and they don't want other people to find out. They might try to scare you so you won't tell. They might be nice to you so you won't tell. And as a note, we learned this word secret touching from Jan Heinemann, who wrote her own book called A Very Touching Book. We think Jan and her book are amazing. Secret touching might be on any part of your body. Usually, it's the middle parts, but sometimes it isn't. Sometimes the person wants to touch you, and sometimes they want you to touch them. You might not want to tell anybody about it because you think it will get the person in trouble. If it has been happening for a long time, or it happened a long time ago, it might feel like a big secret, so big that you have to keep it. But it's not. You might feel like you did something wrong, but you didn't. The person who is touching you or asking you to touch them is the one doing something wrong. Secret touching is not your fault. It's never your fault. If this happens to you, find someone you trust and try to tell them. You can try to tell them what happened or where it happened or who it happened with. If this has already happened to you or if it happened to a friend or someone you know, it's always good to tell someone, even if it happened a long time ago. Maybe you could tell the person who gave you this book. The first person you tell might not know what to do or might not believe you. If that happens, find another person you feel safe and comfortable with and tell them. The person doing the secret touching might be someone you know. It might be someone in your family, someone you thought you could trust. Secret touching might feel good, like helping touch, or bad, like hurting touch. It might feel strange or weird or scary, or it may just leave you with questions. But one way you can tell it's wrong is that the person doing it makes you keep it a secret. Secret touching isn't like other kinds of secrets. Some secrets, like a birthday present or a surprise, can be fun to have and keep. But you should never feel like you have to keep a secret when it's about touching. Touching is something you should always be able to talk about. Has anyone tried to touch you in a way that made you feel confused, uncomfortable, or scared? Has anyone asked you to touch them in a way that made you feel confused, uncomfortable, or scared? Who are some people you could go to if this happened to you, or someone you know? That's it for the chapter on touch. Next up, we have talking about sex, and that'll be in the next video. Thanks for reading Sex is a Funny Word with me by Corey Silverberg and Fiona Smith. And find that link in the description below to buy yourself and a friend a copy of this book. And please like and subscribe so more people can find these readings. Keep reading.
Oh, and I cannot be moved. Oh, I cannot be moved like it seems plain as day the while. Oh, I cannot be moved. Oh, brother, I cannot be moved. Oh, brother, I cannot be moved like it seems plain as day the while.